All right, looks like we're live. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is that time, coffee break from Aruba ROI. Welcome. I will start off right away and say that today's topic is a little bit longer than our typical one, so we may go over our normal coffee break time of 10, 15 minutes. Well, 15, 20 is what it's supposed to be. I will try to not speak as quick because it's really good information, but the good news is that this is not only live, but it becomes a video. So if you didn't catch something, please feel free to go back and review it if I spoke either too quickly or whatnot. So that being said, let me move myself out of the way and get this started. All right, so today's topic is about marketing, of course. That's typically what we do here. Let me know if you can see my screen. Looks like we're good to go. So basically, how to market your business on a shoestring budget. If you don't know what that means, shoestring just means how can you do things inexpensively. We all know that marketing is incredibly important for your business. I just attended last week an ATIA event where they talked about the new VAT tax that's coming in 2023. So I think this is a very important subject for businesses that are just struggling to get or just have struggled out of COVID and the pandemic and are starting to spread their wings again. And then we might get hit with additional taxes here coming soon. So and it doesn't matter where you are. If you're watching this, every business has that moment, whether they're just starting out. Or what we just went through the last year and a half, 2 years, where we need to find ways to save money, but at the same time, continue to get ourselves, in front of potential clients. So that's what we're going to talk about today. All right. Well, there we are. That's our team again. I won't talk much about that. I think everybody here knows who we are now. We're going to cover these 11 topics, talking about strong social media, going live, sharing value, being engaged and active consistently, and that's the important word there, building great relationships, creating a unique customer experience, building your word of mouth business, pristine online presence, SEO everywhere, branding and contact, and then we'll talk about just wrapping up the marketing aspect of all of that. All right, so we're going to start right away, and we all know that every business needs a strong and good marketing strategy. But sometimes, obviously, things happen. The budget becomes tighter. It could be a multitude of different reasons. But you don't have to spend big to do something, to get out there in front of people, right? So it's not a good reason to neglect your marketing. I've seen this in the past, days gone by, where there'd even be chunks of the year where a marketing calendar for a big company would be completely blank during the summer, and that was because they said, "Oh, well, everyone's on vacation." Well, that's not true. And you need to continue to market. You can't take gaps. You can't take your foot off the gas. But it doesn't have to be pedal to the metal the entire time. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that. All right. So there are 3 core elements to a strong and inexpensive modern marketing strategy: strong social media, great relationships, and a pristine online presence. And if you can rock these 3 things by centering your marketing efforts here, sales will follow, even if you don't have a huge marketing budget. All right, so let's talk about strong social media. And this is something we've talked about in the past before, but there's no way around it, right? Our modern world requires a strong social media presence. Matter of fact, I know companies that say, why even have a website? Because I have social media. Well, you need both, but social media is important because that's also where you can build or start to build relationships with, right? Many businesses don't know where to start with social media, like which platform is best for you, what kind of content do you share, and how do you share it, right? Regardless of which platform you choose and how you build your social presence, there are 3 solid action steps you should take to get the most out of social media. And might I add about the social media platform issue, I would give you this tip. Where are your customers hanging out? Your ideal customer, the person that you believe is the most likely to purchase from you, wherever they're hanging out is most probably where you should be hanging out and doing your social media. Not to say you neglect the others, but obviously if your target is on LinkedIn, then you should be on LinkedIn. If it's on Facebook, then you should be on Facebook. All right. So going live, and I can tell you from personal experience, we discussed this last year, and this was the reason why we started this particular coffee break, to go live every week, because we wanted to be able to show different things that we knew about, that we knew could help you and your business to either grow or to change direction and help you become more efficient or whatnot. So all the big social media platforms today, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, they all have the ability to go live, right? And it's a huge trend. It started in late 2021. So we believe this is trending. I think we talked about this last week as well, in 2022. So this is a great time to begin. And you can live stream for any reason, whether it's to answer questions that might come in through your support funnel. You can answer them live and just have them out in on your platform or your accounts. You can host an interview. So maybe there's someone that you believe is really strong in your market that could sort of help guide people that follow you with additional information. So maybe I've got a friend who runs an accounting firm. That would be huge to know, right? To help you with your business. Obviously, demoing and selling your products. We've done that here. We'd love to demo our ramp systems, just simply because we know that it contains a lot of components that can help you and your business. The point here is just to connect with people. Video content establishes trust in a brand. You can put a name to a face. It helps you to build those relationships and make them stronger and intrigue them into what you offer, right? Make that intrigue there. There are valuable results that always lead to sales, simply because live video amplifies these traits even further and in a more intimate setting, right? I mean, getting an email or watching someone live on Facebook, I think there's an obvious stint toward going live. Plus, if you are live, people can ask questions right away, right? So you can make a point to go live at least once a week for any of the reasons I've mentioned. All right, and it's very important that no matter what platform you choose, whether you go live or not, you need to share value. This is not about you just getting up there and saying, buy from me, buy from me, buy from me, because that's going to turn people off, right? People will follow you. People will listen to you if, in fact, you are giving value all the time. We believe this kind of platform for us allows us to give the things that we know about, whether it's digital marketing specifically, whether it's automation, whether it's just value like this, talking about things that you can do that don't cost a lot of money to help your business. We believe that's content that can help any size business, right? So get out there, and if you've got thoughts in specific areas that you want to share your ideas, your thoughts on different things, people like that. They like thought leaders. They want to know who are the experts, who are the professionals that they can learn from to help them grow. All right, so consider how you can bring value to your audience with your content. How can you establish yourself as a thought leader or an expert? People will buy from experts, all right? Being on social media, not just to get others to buy from you, but to give openly to them as well. That's what I meant earlier about sharing value. This will help you in the long term in both sales and your company values. And people will start to recognize you as that expert or professional in that area. All right, so you need to be engaged and you need to be active consistently. So another solid strategy for every social media platform is to be consistent. That doesn't require any tool, any app. It just means you need to make sure you spend time, whether it's tweeting or TikToking or being on Instagram, you need to be sharing consistently. If you follow us on Facebook or Instagram, you can see that we are always on these platforms, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. Not always going live, of course, but with providing an impact with the kind of information that we believe is going to help businesses in the long run. So what does consistency look like? Well, posting regular content. That's a big start, right? Just so you know, a lot of the platforms kind of like that, right? They give more love to those that are actually being consistent in their posting. So whatever you're sharing, share it often. The more active you are, the more often people see you, and the better rapport that you will build with them. And remember, your content does not have to be perfect. A lot of people spend too much time trying to make it just perfect. I don't think people care that much. They care what the message is. They care what the value is. But if it's not the exact color purple that you want, or the right font that you want, I don't think that people look at that as much as they do. What am I getting by following this person? So consistency also means actively and regularly engaging with other users on the platform. So don't just post and don't do anything, right? Social media platforms are looking to share the profiles who are actively engaging and building community with each other. All right. So this could look like, commenting or sharing, and not just your stuff, but other people's stuff, right? Saving and liking content from obviously others on the platform. Staying consistent is one very simple but very important way to build your following on social media and increase sales through this valuable and inexpensive form of marketing. All right, so let's talk about relationships. Incredibly important. Businesses thrive by building relationships. It's always been this way for as long as there's been business, and well into the future. Everyone knows that's listening to this knows that most business is going to come because of a relationship or the relationship that you've started and built over time. All right, so they want to buy from someone that they know that they can trust. They want a reliable product or service that's worth their investment. Yes. And when you build this relationship and come through for them, they will use their relationships to tell others about you. So here are 3 ways that you can build great relationships and continue to market your business on a budget. First one is creating a unique customer experience. From start to finish, you want your customer experience to be exceptional. So look at your business now. Follow a customer through your pipeline, through your customer journey and experience the process that someone would go through from learning about your business all the way to after they've made a purchase with you. Did you collect their email or phone number or any other information? Do you communicate them in a friendly and personalized way? Do you communicate with them at all? Do you continue the conversation after they've made a purchase? Very important. And we've talked about this a lot in the past with our automation because it's valuable, right? That's how you continue to build that relationship. It's not a one and done. Collect their contact information as soon as you can and communicate to them personally throughout the entire process. And don't stop after they've made their purchase. Repeat customers are extremely valuable. It's a lot easier to sell to someone who's already a customer than to try to find someone who's brand new and doesn't know who you are. Continue the communication and build a relationship even after the sale so that you can tap into that lucrative repeat business. Incredibly important. All right, build your word of mouth business. Word of mouth is often a large part of how businesses make money. This method does rely on your customers to share your business with others, but that doesn't mean you don't play a part in this whole activity. So build a recommendation or referral program. This is one idea. You can make an offer for current customers who refer other people to you and they become customers, such as a small discount or a coupon or some other referral reward. This is a great method, by the way. Do everything you can to make a customer's experience so great that they can't help but talk about you. That should be the way you should start off anyways. Establish solid relationships with your customers and provide them with value as much as possible, making them excited to share you and your business often. Openly ask for people to talk about you. So in your email or social media, put a call to action in the signature. It says something like share with your friends, right? It doesn't hurt to ask. So after you're done, share this with your friends. Okay. Pristine online presence. All right. So finally, a simple and inexpensive way to market your business today involves creating a pristine online presence. Okay. So what does this mean? Where does your business appear online? Here are a few online presences that every business should have if required. First of all, a company website. Like I mentioned earlier, there are people that say, I've got social media, I don't need a website. I beg to differ. I think a website is incredibly important. There's so much more you can utilize and information you can put to help in the sales journey for a potential customer than just on social media. I think people get lost on a Facebook page or an Instagram account. How are you going to be able to really share your value and share what you can do for someone on a social media platform? Google business listing. So this was like Google My Business. They've changed name again. Incredibly important. And this is going to be something we'll be talking about much more in the coming weeks, simply because we've come up with a way for us to help support our customers in this endeavor with Google. Social media presence, we've obviously beat that drum. And of course, product or service listings, or even a web shop. So if you have a Shopify or a Facebook marketplace, that's just one more digital asset that you can use to be in front of potential customers. So having an online presence is great. But if your branding, your colors, messaging, contact information, and so on are not consistent among these platforms, this could actually work against you. So what do we mean by that? Here are 3 quick ways to keep your presence working for you. SEO everywhere. So that means search engine optimization. Oh, there we go. SEO is a must for businesses today, and I wholly agree. Well, this can be a large marketing effort on which you spend money, right? You can spend a lot of money with Google and get in front of people using their tools. But this whole thing is about how do you do it without spending a lot of money, right? But there are a few simple ways that you can streamline your SEO as much as possible. All right. Knowing the keywords for your businesses, keywords and key phrases, right? So for instance, this could be locational, like if someone is traveling to Aruba, of course, Aruba, but it could also be Caribbean, right? So location is important. Or it could be the actual topic of whatever it is, the industry or niche that you're in, whether it's modern fashion or in our case, digital marketing, automation, and such. Make sure to insert these keywords into every blog post, every social media listing, your company profile, and your website copy. Copy, what that means is the actual text on the website page. And I added this note about don't forget metadata. What that is on your website, sort of behind the scenes, you can add meta keywords and a meta description. That's also important. Google looks for this kind of stuff. So, but again, the whole main, I guess, the keyword here is consistency, right? All right, so branding and contact. So whether you're building a social media presence, a website, or any other type of activity online, your branding must be consistent. What do we mean by branding? Your logo, colors, your keywords, grammar and spelling, that's important regardless. And of course, your email, phone number, and website that you want people to use for your business. All right, so if you don't have an old logo on your social media platform that's different from the logo on your website, I've seen that before. It's great. You can make changes, but then you've got to make those changes all across the board, right? If you've changed your focus, right? If you were in hospitality industry and now you're focused on home services, you need to make sure that the messaging is updated everywhere so that it talks to the right niche or the right target. You want someone to recognize you no matter where they are or where they find you online. All right. So don't give up on marketing just because you can't spend a lot of money on advertising. It doesn't matter. Your business can still thrive even on inexpensive marketing efforts like we've just shared. Remember, most marketing strategies are built upon the same value, building relationships. Every one of these tips is about building relationships. Very important. On a budget, you can still build relationships on social media through live streaming, consistent engagement. You can grow relationships with your customers through a unique customer experience and playing your part in word-of-mouth marketing. And make sure to clean up your online presence so people can recognize and trust you wherever they see you anywhere online. Make sure you do that right away, and that should be easy. So that's our entire presentation for today. I do not see that we have any comments or questions for any of the material today. Again, if you're watching this as a video later on and you have questions, please make sure to tag us and jot it down in the comments section, and we'll be sure to get back to you as soon as possible. And of course, we're here for you. We're here to support in any type of endeavor that relates to marketing. It doesn't have to be automated. It doesn't have to be digital. It just we love helping you get from point A to point B. So let us know. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Have a great rest of the week.